All right, Brandon, are you there?
I am here. I gotta turn my camera on.
Ha!
Turn the camera on. Let's go. Okay. Camera is on.
Oh, hell yeah. Boop.
Yeah.
Awesome. It always looks so dark where you are, man.
Well, it's starting to set. Well, it's starting to set now, the sun. So I just gotta do this. Turn a lighting
Artificial
on here.
sun. Turn on the robot sun.
Yeah, I gotta turn the sun on. That's what I gotta do.
Yeah, you do. I demand you activate the sun now. Do
Oh
my
yes.
bidding.
That's a little there, that's better. That's really bright.
Now it just looks like you're in front of a fire.
I know.
Fire. Totally what you need in indoors in August.
That's right. When it's 35 degrees outside, have a fire inside.
I know, right? He's good for you. Fire is good for everyone.
Oh, yes.
Franklin should be here any moment, any moment.
All right.
How's your week been?
Oh, it's been good so far. Busy week, but yes. Gotta be places tomorrow. So hopefully I get back tomorrow in time for the trivia show. But
That'd be delightful. Have you done any prep for it?
nope.
See, I haven't done any prep for this one yet either. Normally I've got like at least 3 or 4 questions done by Thursday, and I do my homework. Do your homework. Because yeah, do your homework.
If not, then my questions suck.
If you don't do your homework, you'll just be Googling questions.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can. That's what everyone watching is doing, is Googling the answers.
Yeah. Well, when I'm doing hockey broadcasts, I won't be able to Google them. So then I got to be prepared.
Yeah.
Because the computer, if I use the computer, it stops the broadcast. It's not good.
Ah.
Well, it doesn't stop the broadcast, but yeah, they'll be able to hear me clicking through it on their mics, and they'll be wondering, what's that clicking noise? Oh, sorry. I'm Googling questions.
They'll hear your cheatery.
Cheatery, that's right.
That's a word. It's totally a word. Okay, hold on. Oh my God, I got to clean this jar. Honey.
Oh, jar of honey.
Yep. Okay. Dude, one of the keys to hydration, because everyone complains about oh, I don't want to drink water. It tastes bad. It doesn't taste like anything. It's so boring. You know what? Add shit to it. Just to add a little bit of
That's the way to do it. Or just get a zero Gatorade.
Lime.
That's good.
You know what? Juicy maracas, man. Lemon, lime. Cha cha cha.
So actually, I don't mind water. I don't, especially after you have a big glass of wine. It's like refreshing.
I'll take your word for it. I'm wildly allergic to red wine.
Oh, I had white wine. That's good stuff.
White wine is hit or miss, and I don't know what the deal is, but if it's cooked, because I use it in cooking, I'll make the most divine white wine sauce. And there's so many brilliant, beautiful ways that you can cook with it, and it is just so delicious. But as a drink, I don't like it. But even if I do drink it occasionally or have a little bit here and there, sometimes I have an allergic reaction, sometimes not. Okay. And I don't know what the hell the difference between one white wine and another would be that would do that.
Yeah, they're all a little different. I tried one tonight, it wasn't good, and then I tried a different one, and that was actually pretty good. And that's because there's no cap for this one. I had to put it in the fridge, so it's gonna be cool. But white wine cool is good. Red wine, when it's cold, it's not good.
I've heard that. Red wine is, again, if it's cooked, it's okay. Because I make an absolutely deadly ossobuco, and you make that with red wine, and it translates so well. But I haven't had a lot of luck. I haven't found a lot of recipes that I like with it outside of that one. But still, not a problem. And oh man, I can chow down on ossobuco for days. He's delicious. God, this honey is not wanting to melt. Where the hell is Frankie? You know what? Before Frankie's here, that means that I get to grab my pipe. 1 second here. Hold on. Ha ha! Any pipe. There's 20 of them right here. Hello, marijuana. Oh, nature's other maraca. Cha cha cha. Okay, hold on. All right. I'm on a yoga ball on a trampoline.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm not on a yoga ball.
Apparently it's good for
I
your
should
core.
get a yoga ball.
Apparently it's good for your core. I just like bouncing.
All right.
All right. Okay, so I can see that Frankie's online. Rat bastard hasn't answered his message. Did he video call you like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, I didn't answer it, but whoops.
Yeah, he is notorious for like video calling. He'll video call like everyone he knows.
Yeah.
People pick up and then he'll hang up on everyone. And then one by one, everyone's horrified that they're talking to like other people. And so the last guy on the line, it starts ringing the whole group again.
Oh, that's why I was wondering why that happens. Didn't you just call already? And it must be someone else calling.
Yeah. It's completely mental.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fucking hilarious when he does it though. Like because and yeah, there's Frankie.
There he is.
This is my fan.
Oh, he's got his fans already.
To be fair, everyone knows where to find him. Hi, Frankie fans. You're on TV.
You'll always be at the A&W at 11 o'clock.
Yep.
Get myself a chai tea latte. You know where I need it.
Awesome. All right.
That's Brandon, another weatherman in Brooks, Alberta.
Yep.
Hello.
Did you hear about this? They got a big storm heading for Los Angeles on Sunday.
Oh, yes. Hillary. You're calling it. Yes.
It's heading right for Trevor Garner.
It is. San Diego as well. It's going to mess some things up with the weather pattern.
It's going to hit Las Vegas, too.
Oh, yeah. It's going to head right to Oregon. So, yeah, Brian might get it, too. Might get the extra tropical part.
It's going to bring so much rain in Los Angeles, Hollywood, Burbank, Anaheim, Orange County, Corona, California, Victorville, California.
Oh, yes, Victorville.
California, and Glendale, California.
Yeah, it's going to be a...
California is a great big deal. Great big huge giant deal that's in California this Sunday coming.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's going to be big as well, yeah. And might actually be a hurricane by the time it reaches California. We'll see how that...
And I already did a forecast on my YouTube channel already. It's like a hurricane, tropical storm Hillary to hit Los Angeles on August 20th, 2023. It's up on my YouTube channel now.
All right.
Awesome. Brandon, you want to intro us in?
Okay, let's do this thing. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Okay, Brandon Hauk here. It is the Comediorological Report. Welcome to the show with myself, Brandon Hauk, Imogen Cookie Bailey, Frankie McDonald, and we're live on Shaw Spotlight, and it's going to be a great show tonight. We've got lots of weather to tell you about tonight, that's for sure, especially towards the end of this week. So we're going to break that all down for you as well. And this is gonna, as I say, it's going to be fantastic. So welcome to the show tonight, and we're going to kick things off with Frankie McDonald in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and let us know what the weather's like in Sydney and all around the world.
Going to bring lots of rain on Friday in Halifax and those places, in New Brunswick, Maine, New Hampshire, in Montreal, Quebec, and all those areas. There's a great big huge giant deal in Los Angeles this Sunday, August 20th. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain and thunderstorms. And the Hurricane Hillary is heading towards Los Angeles. It's going to hit Las Vegas too. It's going to hit Glendale, Burbank, Hollywood, Long Beach, Anaheim, Victorville, Corona, and Orange County, California.
Sweet.
Yeah, that would be Hillary moving towards California this weekend. It's going to be quite a wild storm indeed. So, Frankie, tell us a little bit about the weather in Sydney. And did you finally see some sunshine today?
It was sunshine yesterday and had some sun today as well and cloudy as well. It had sun and cloudy hybrid. Then it was sunny yesterday in Sydney, Nova Scotia. I created a new blog, Whitney Pier in 2023.blogspot.ca. That's a blog I created.
Awesome. We'll have to check out that blog indeed. And I believe you're in for another round of rain in Nova Scotia tomorrow.
Yes, and Los Angeles getting a big storm on Sunday. Hurricane Hillary, tropical storm Hillary is going to bring a lot of flood and rain in Los Angeles, San Diego, Anaheim, Death Valley, and Furnace Creek, California. It's even going to hit Vegas too.
Oh boy, it's going to be wild. And how's the weather in Japan? Do you know that?
Lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in Japan right now. And southern Japan just got hit by a typhoon.
They did. Typhoon Land, they called it. And it's weekend over Korea now, isn't it?
Yes, it's bringing a lot of rain there right now. Lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in China right now. And in places in India, they're getting a whole lot of rain and thunderstorms right now. Another couple of months, monsoon season will be over there. And lots of snow in South Island, New Zealand as of right now, bringing a lot of snow up in the mountains and rain in the coastal areas of Chile.
All right. Yes. Lots of rain for a lot of people over the next number of days. My goodness. What about the weather on Mars? Is it still blowing dust and everything there too?
They get really bad sandstorms up in Mars, blowing sand.
Well, okay, in the middle of a massive sandstorm on Mars, how does that affect the Martians? What do they have to do to protect themselves from getting sand in the face?
They have to go inside the caves.
Does Mars have a lot of caves? I think they do.
I think so, yeah. Gotta have some caves there.
Yeah, if Total Recall has taught us anything, it's that Mars is full of mines and all sorts of alien taxi drivers and triple-breasted women. So it is a place that it's on my vacation hit list. I need to go there. I need to check out, have an exploration adventure of the mining tunnels and just check out the nightlife. I think it looks pretty cool there.
I think there's probably some good dust devils up there too. Yeah.
I would hope so.
Up in Saturn's moon Titan, it rains liquid nitrogen like liquid up in Saturn's moon Titan. It has a different kind of atmosphere up in Saturn's moon Titan.
Yes, there's some wild stuff happening with Saturn. They're actually losing the rings. It's kind of an interesting thing where the rings of Saturn are gradually shrinking. The largest of the rings, they lose mass, they lose volume. As the pieces slam into each other, the larger rocks get smashed into smaller bits, and those smaller bits get smashed into even smaller pebbles and dust, which lose traction and fall out of orbit from the rings. So the rings of Saturn are actually shrinking and losing volume. How insane is that? Last time I was surfing up there, it was really wild, but it's not going to be there forever. Protect your rings, people.
Oh, yes.
How's the weather where you are, Brandon?
All right. I guess I better break down my the weather story here because it's a little wild here today. Like it's been quite wild across the West over the last couple of days here. We've had lots of fire situations here. Whole city of Yellowknife evacuated, and they're expected to be gone by Friday afternoon as of lunchtime. 20,000 people moving out for this fire before it reaches the city limits there. And we're also watching the fire near West Kelowna as well. That is a very large fire as well. And there's been some evacuations in that area. And we've got another fire near Oliver, another one near Boston Bar, some major fires. And then we've also got severe weather supercells pushing through the Highway 16 corridor just to the east of Edson, heading towards the Edmonton area tonight. So active night tonight, indeed. And that cold front's gonna, we were at like 35 degrees, 36 today. And I am sweating. And now we've got the smoke moving in out of British Columbia as well. And we got a very sharp cold front, and the temperature tomorrow is going to drop at least 10 to 20 degrees here in Alberta tomorrow. So it's going to be definitely a wild time indeed. The winds are going to pick up, and we'll also see a few more thunderstorms, possibly a few strong thunderstorms here and there as we go through tomorrow and then into the weekend here. We're going to stay on the cool side for the next number of days, and then we're going to have to watch Hillary here. Now, Hillary expected to become it's now category 3, expected to become category 4 tonight. and it's moving into San Diego for the weekend as Category 1 potentially, and then it will weekend, and it will bring a significant amount of rain to Utah, Idaho, and areas into Oregon State, and we'll have to see the track of this thing. This could potentially bring some beneficial rainfall to the prairies next week.
What about Los Angeles and Anaheim, California, Orange County? That's where Trevor Garner lives, the host of the Trevor's Happy Hour podcast.
Oh, yes, they're going to get hit pretty good. We're going to have to, all depending on where the track of this thing goes, but definitely it's going to be one of the strongest storms to hit California in quite some time this weekend into early next week.
I just let a Trevor Garner from Trevor's Happy Hour know.
Well, that's kind
Awesome.
of you.
Oh, yes.
Hey, so how are hurricanes named? I need to know this because I gotta say,
That says male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female. Then a year later it'll be female, male, female, male, female, male.
Yeah.
Who assigns the names is what I mean. Is it a whole bunch of names pulled out of a hat? Do they have like a boy hat and girl hat for the name?
Like an NOAA.
Is
Oh,
it
yeah, they kind of select the names. There has not been a Hurricane Brandon. I don't think there's been a Hurricane Imogen yet.
Oh,
And there probably has been Frankie. I think there's been a couple Frankies on there.
Typhoon Frankie in 1996
Yes.
Pacific Typhoon season.
That's right.
super cool. And speaking of things named after Frankie, this is Rufus. He's a little banana dog, and his little playmate is named Frankie because he kind of looks like a little Frankfurter. But I mean, that was what that is what Frankie's owner had to say. However, I'm not convinced. I'm a firm believer that Rufus's best friend Frankie is in fact named after Frankie Mac, because I think more things should be named after Frankie Mac. So, you know, if there's going to be a banana dog named Frankie, oh, check it out. He has a little banana stump for the back of his head. Y'all can't see that. It's tiny. He's a little dog, man. Like, look at the size of that. Little.
Wow.
So in terms of naming things, what is the protocol? How is this done? What is the process? I mean, who gets to pick? Do they vote on it? Do they have like a first, second, third choice?
Okay. So
On the YouTube, I just did a forecast for Los Angeles and Las Vegas. I just uploaded my Las Vegas video to my YouTube channel today.
That's awesome. When's the last time Las Vegas had a flood?
A long
Wow.
time.
So
I just warned people there too. I just posted on my YouTube channel.
Well, that was thoughtful of you. Now, okay, I got a question. Circling back to Martian sandstorms, if Las Vegas gets hit with a hurricane, is that going to be how similar are the weather conditions in Nevada, in the deserts surrounding Las Vegas, that epic pit of scorpions and gambling? How similar is that to the Martian landscape? The plains of Mars versus the plains of Nevada.
I'd say quite similar.
See, that's what I thought. Have either of you ever been there?
I have not, but I after this year under an extreme drought, it feels like I live in Nevada. I can say I've been there.
The prairies of Alberta, similar to the prairies of Nevada.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, it's really wild. Like the architecture alone. If you ever, okay, I shouldn't say if you ever get a chance, but when you have 10 minutes later, go on the YouTube and look up Las Vegas casino demolitions, like the implosions they do and the fireworks show. It is a thing of beauty. It is an absolute thing of beauty. It's one of the things that when I first saw it as a kid, it sparked my interest in pyrotechnics and demolition. Like, I love smashing and destroying things. I love blowing stuff up. Nothing makes me happier than taking a big barrel full of tannerite and jamming it into something that'll just going out in the bush and just, yeah. Las Vegas casino demolitions. It is an absolute show. Like, that is, yeah, there's so much to entertainment value in it. Take 10 minutes out of your life, look it up on the YouTuber. It is an absolute thing of beauty.
Oh man, I got to check it out. Yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I just heard about this. That's going to cause a lot of flooding in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, Burbank, and Glendale, and all these places in Long Beach, California. And in Anaheim in Orange County. That's where Trevor Garner, the host of the Trevor's Happy Hour, is from.
That's where he's from, and he's going to get hit with flooding.
Yes.
Gasp!
Boy, happy hour in the flood. I'd do it. Yeah, sit in the floodwaters.
I just did a weather forecast for Los Angeles. I sent the link to video to Trevor Garner already.
Nice.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, I believe your weather in Victoria has been kind of lame this week, hasn't it, again?
You know what? Every sunny day, I'm going to say it's lame weather.
Every sunny day. Meanwhile, I have people out in PEI asking me where the heck is the sun. Oh, I got some good messages from our friends in PEI. I have not seen the sun for 2 weeks. And yeah, there's some bad words in those texts, but that's okay.
Pro tip: when there is no sunshine, be your own sunshine.
Oh,
Make
yes.
your own joy. Find your happiness if it's miserable outside, make inside a joyous and awesome place. It's not
make your own sunshine, just like what I did right here. Look at that.
Your own,
like it's sunburnt.
Yes.
in my own house. Wouldn't that be a thing?
But yeah, the weather here is just like, I mean, we broke 30 degrees the other day. I think it was like 35 a couple days ago. Today it got up to like 27. And I mean, this week is going to be high 20s. Later at night, right before sunrise, it'll get down to like, I don't know, 15 or something. Like it's uncomfortably warm. Everyone's just roasting on the sidewalk. You go outside and your feet melt into the ground. The soles of your cheap ass sneakers are just sticking to the pavement, which emphasizes, as you're so poignantly demonstrating, hydrate.
Oh yes,
hydrate.
Important.
Hydrate. I've literally got 6 glasses of water like right here, and like the number one reason why people don't drink enough water is because it doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste like anything. You know what? Maracas of joy and flavor. Cha 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 cha.
Oh yes.
Yeah, honey. Add a little bit of honey to it if you really need that sugar, that little hit of sugar. Add a little bit of honey to it. It doesn't hurt. It's like 3 seconds to like stir it in, and it's hot out. Your body needs it. You're craving it. As soon as you take one sip, you're just going to down the whole thing without even thinking.
Oh yeah.
And back to the maracas.
That's right. Electrolytes. That's the name of that. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Those are good too.
Cha cha cha.
Cha cha cha.
Seriously,
I'm a fan of regular water, because if I have too much of those electrolyte stuff, I sometimes get headaches for some reason, but that's okay.
See, I thought you were going to say you develop a massive static charge and you just start like throwing lightning bolts, like you become.
Oh, I wish. I'd totally do that.
Little tiny lightning bolts, like little tiny javelins.
Yes.
Nice lightning bolts. Yeah. I can see you doing that. Like big pen size, just like pew,
pew. Everybody would love to hang out with me if I have lightning bolts coming out of my hand. Pew, pew.
Okay, you know what? I still don't believe that Frankie's not behind the epic weather he predicts. I'm still wholeheartedly convinced that the forest fires were in fact started by Frankie throwing lightning bolts. We've discussed this before. If that was the way to start a fire, that's how Frankie would be doing it. It would be his weapon of choice.
I don't start forest fires at all. People starting false rumors about Frankie starting forest fires is not true.
False rumors?
False rumors, yeah.
Are there any true rumors? Do we have true rumors about you, Frankie?
Oh, I bet there's a couple good rumors about you, Frankie, like the fiddle hanging up or going to dualies and singing karaoke. Those are true rumors, right?
Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah.
Frankie, what's the last song you sang at karaoke?
That was Wednesday night at the Steel City in Sydney, Nova Scotia.
What was the song you sang?
No,
we did Start the Fire by Billy Joel and Peaches by Presidents of the United States.
We didn't start
the fire. I
fire.
did a lot of dancing on Wednesday night. That's last night.
Nice. So you Wednesday?
Oh yes. So what's another song Frankie, you like to sing?
Tom Petty, Free Fallin'.
That's a good one too. Yes. Good one. You're probably better at karaoke than I am. Just saying. I am terrible at it. So that's why they made me a judge this year.
That's the reason to do it. Don't do karaoke because you're awesome on a microphone. Do karaoke because it's awful and you don't care. You have the kind of voice that makes cats upset. So
and our poor listeners on the radio still have to put up with my singing because sometimes I get a song in my head and I do a weather forecast and I start randomly singing while I'm talking on the air. And I'm like, oh.
And you have never done that here.
I know, not yet. No, I haven't. I guess I haven't had the urge to sing for some strange reason
Why
yet.
not? Oh,
That
yeah.
means there's a total solar eclipse aiming towards Sydney, Nova Scotia, Monday, April 8, 2024.
There is. We just had. What was the name of the meteor shower that we just had? Was that the Perseid meteor?
Mercedes, I believe. Or
Which one?
Mercedes. Yeah, that one.
Yes. Did either of y'all get to see any alien-sized meteors? Anything that could have potentially had a ship hiding behind it or aliens surfing on it?
You're going to be very disappointed in me because I slept through it all.
You fiend! Why?
And that means who is coming to Sydney, Nova Scotia for total solar eclipse on Monday, April 8, 2024?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
It's gonna
that's
be a big day.
cool. Will there be a meteor shower at the same time?
No.
Check.
And when the moon crosses over the sun, it gets dark out in the middle of the day.
Oh, yeah. That's the nice part. It's in the middle of the day, not at midnight or something like that. We had a wind event earlier this week and I slept right through it and I had my window opened. I could have a bear come in here and attack me and I wouldn't even wake up.
As far as bear snacks go, you are ginger flavored, so like so I feel like a bear would be on board with that.
Ginger, that's right.
Right? The ginger gem is also ginger flavored. Works with deep fry. Bears love it. You're bear bait. What have you done?
Luckily, there's no bears around here, so I'm not too worried. So I'm far away from the bears.
What's the biggest animal threat where you are? There's got to be some kind of nature to be afraid of.
Possibly a rattlesnake.
Oh, they're so cool.
Those are so cool. Yeah, I have not seen one yet, but we have coyotes here, but they don't go after people, so they're
Why not?
because we're not interesting to them.
You're not delicious enough?
No.
Problem, coyotes. You have lots of delicious humans stomping around, just there to be eaten. It's a big buffet, and y'all can't be bothered. Like, what do they eat? Like,
Well, other small animals that are smaller than them, like rabbits and stuff. Oh yeah,
rabbits and wolverines.
Wolverines. Sometimes they'll go after deer if they want. So
The
more of a challenge.
the occasional slightly medium shark.
Maybe the odd shark, out of Lake Newell, the slough sharks they call them.
Land shark. Now, okay, in the battle to the death of coyote versus land shark, who's gonna take it? Who's gonna win?
That'll be interesting battle, I have to say.
I know the coyote has hands, the shark has more teeth.
Yeah.
What's the balance of skills versus power here? Like,
well, coyotes don't really have hands; they have paws, but they got claws. Maybe, yeah. You never know.
You know what? Those paws, little hairy fingers. They can do all sorts of hand-like things with them. They have a wrist. They have elbows on their arms. They function. They move.
Oh yeah.
They're hands, man.
Yeah, and they yip and they yelp and they're actually when you hear them howl and stuff, it's kind of cool when they're yipping over there. When there's like 10 of them, just go. Woo, woo, woo. It's like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah.
Okay, if enough coyotes were to get together, huge pack of coyotes, and start running in a circle, like circle pit heavy metal concert, circle pit style. You got 100,000 coyotes running in a circle. Can they get enough air current going to start a real small tornado?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, like it. If they all start running, they can run pretty good. Yeah, so most of them can run pretty fast. Some of them are pretty slow, but yeah, if they pick up some good speed, of course they can.
What would the required weather conditions be to allow the coyote factor to trigger a tornado?
Well, you gotta have at least calm winds, because if it's really blowing, if we're a gust of 60K, it's gonna be really hard to get that circular motion, you know.
Okay. So calm winds.
Calm winds, kind of like dust devil weather. We get these random little dust devils that pop up around the prairies here, and you don't see them coming, and all of a sudden you have this little it goes right through you, and all of a sudden it's gone, and it's going all the way across the prairies, picks up some pieces of hay and pieces of corn, and away it goes. Those are those dust devils. They're wild, dust devils. I've been inside of a couple of them.
Really?
Yes, I can confirm. I have.
Wow.
Intercepted them.
That's kind of wild. Okay, now when you say pick up pieces of corn, do you mean like corn on the cobs, corn cobs that are just
corn on the cob? Couple pieces of corn on the cob and chuck them right at you.
Oh, zang. Okay, so the weather can go crazy. Pick up a dust devil, like a little mini tornado whipping around, and all of a sudden just like grabs a corn cob and throws it like a dart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. That's actually super impressive. I didn't know that was a thing, but
well, at least if it's on the ground, and if it's like dead piece of corn, oh yeah, it'll pick it up, and especially the leaves and stuff from the corn crop as well. Yeah, it will do that, and it'll pick up anything: dust, corn, dirt, anything.
Occasional rat.
Whirl it around for 10 seconds, and then it's gone, and it's calm again on a nice sunny day. It's the most random thing to get caught in.
Okay. I need Frankie's technical input here, because I got a question about dust devils. Frankie,
it's like a sand in a tornado when it whirls around the sand.
See, that like a tornado. Cool. Now, when you have like an average kind of dust devil going, like a little miniature sand tornado,
that happens a tornado in the middle of the desert.
That is so cool. Now, how many desert gophers or rattlesnakes could a dust devil pick up? What's the maximum number that a dust devil can carry?
Pick up a lot.
So it could pick up like 20 rattlesnakes?
Yeah.
That'd be wicked.
Middle of the desert.
The thing is, the gophers around here, our gophers here, they see me around the corner, and they're down in the holes.
You terrifying gophers, Brandon. That's not very nice.
I know. I always terrify every single gopher I see. And it looks at my face and like, ah! It goes down the hole, and then you don't see it again, and then it sees you. Yeah.
That's so mean. You're just like going around scaring gophers.
That's what I do.
That's awful. You're a bad person.
Yep. Or I could just take a hose and plunk it down the hole,
Caddyshack
and
style.
turn it on, and then it'll come out the other side, and then I see the gopher again.
You'll kick him out on a little fountain like a Looney Tunes guy.
Yeah.
Good job. Now, I guess you could turn around and argue that you're actually chasing them out of the path of a dangerous dust devil, so the dust devil does not pick them up and just like whip them across the desert or the prairie.
Across the prairie, yeah. Because when you pick up a gopher, you don't want it to hit a fence or a telephone pole. You know, those things hurt when you go straight into one of those poles.
Very true. For anyone who's been looking down at their phone and walked face first into a pole, yeah, it sucks.
I have not. No.
I did that once, and to be fair, I don't habitually stare at my phone while walking, but I got a text. It was from my boss, and so I had to answer it. And so I'm texting my boss back, and the one time that I'm texting and walking, I walked right into a pole, it was a learning experience, and naturally the one time in life it happens, there is a witness who thinks it's absolutely hilarious. Total stranger is now laughing at me for being that guy who did the dummy thing of walking and texting and slamming into a damn pole.
Oh yeah. Well, thing I did a couple weeks ago, actually, as we were walking across, I almost ran into my co-host there, walked right into him. He stopped on the side of the road there, and I just almost ran him over and knocked him down.
It's not very nice.
I don't know what's worse, running into a pole or running into another person and knocking them over. Oops, sorry. I was looking at my phone.
Hydrate.
That's important. Oh yes, especially in the heat wave. Frankie's not dealing with the heat wave. He's got a coat on over there. We're here sweating and drinking water.
Water, man.
Then you got a storm heading for California, where Trevor is at.
Can the West Coast expect any kind of severe weather episodes coming up this summer?
More severe weather coming up. It's going to bring a lot of rain and high winds in San Diego, Los Angeles. Going to work its way up to Vegas.
Work its way up from Vegas or to Vegas?
To Las Vegas, Nevada.
Where is it originating from? How far south is it coming from?
Coming from Pacific Ocean.
That is a huge ocean. Shark infested, whale infested, full of plankton, full of kelp. So much kelp. Oh dear Lord. There's mountains of kelp on the beaches around here. It is absolutely phenomenal. I love seeing it. Kayaking on the ocean. I'll be going along and all of a sudden there's like a little kelp bed. And it's terrifying because it can like, my paddle gets caught in it sometimes and then I'm stuck and I'm a terrible swimmer. So, so being stuck in the middle of a kelp bed, not a great experience, but it's easy enough to get out of. But yeah, there is so much kelp here.
Oh man.
The Pacific Ocean is infested with kelp. Not a lot, not as many sea monsters as I'd hope.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my lake is at an all-time low. It's almost like a low tide, but it's not. It's pretty much, you can walk. You can't even get a boat in the water. That's how bad it is. Oh, yeah.
Wow. So it's just like a raft. You're stuck with a little floaty raft.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which just drags on the bottom anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it this low ever. So it's going to be definitely interesting. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a little more rain, I guess, but I don't know if that's going to help a lot. But anyways.
Aw, it'll get damp. You're going to bring you know what? You got to do like a rain dance or something.
Rain dance.
Works. I think it's similar to the safety dance, but
to the safety dance.
Either way, you do a dance and something happens.
So you like dance on the roof or you just dance on the street? Well, I don't really have a street. I just have a road because I'm out in the countryside, No, that's the nice thing about dancing in your yard over here where I am. You don't see your neighbors or anything, so nobody can see you. So it's like private party for one.
Dancing on your roof. Awesome. So I mean, I guess that if you do that legendary dance number from Singing in the Rain with Gene Kelly and what's his name? Donald O'Connor. That legendary sequence. Okay, fun fact, Donald O'Connor in that one epic scene, and if you've ever seen the movie, you'll know the one I'm talking about. It was a one-take thing. He did it in a single take. He damaged himself, like he hurt his knees, he ripped up his clothing doing it. Like at the end of the sequence, they kind of had some creative angles to hide that he'd like kind of ripped up his clothing a bit. The dude was so winded. Like he really gave her a good amount of it was improvised because he was just really on point. Like he was the one who Donald O'Connor and Fred Astaire actually helped coach Debbie Reynolds in it. She was a kid at the time, very young. And Gene Kelly was legendarily hard to work with. So with all of his attitude and judgment and criticism, she was just like nerve-wracked and stress fractures. She was falling apart. Fred Astaire in A Chance Encounter had started kind of like coaching her for the sequences at night. Don O'Connor also took her under his wing and kind of helped her through it just to deal with Gene Kelly's awful attitude. But he's such a perfectionist. And I mean, the guy's like a legend. He's just so good at what he does. He's, to a degree, he's earned the attitude, but it was just tearing this poor girl apart. Don O'Connor's legendary sequence, it was a one-take thing. By the end of it, he was so injured and exhausted that they couldn't have done a second take. But it was a phenomenal bit. Like, it was a phenomenal scene. So I like to think that if you can execute that dance number, all the rain in the world will be at your disposal. Second to that, the one with the three of them with the little umbrellas going through the streets. It was actually filmed during a heat wave. And they had consumed a huge amount. Like, there was a huge heat wave, there was water restrictions in place, and to get the rain sequence to come down, it's all artificial. And they used a lot of water that they should not have used. I want to say there was a lot of fines levied, but it was done during a water shortage, massive heat wave and a water shortage, and the studio just like appropriated the city's water sources for that one scene. So next time you watch that movie, keep that in mind. When it's raining and they're like whipping around the telephone poles or the light posts and stuff like that, singing in the rain, everyone outside the studio, everyone off the lot was just like melting on the sidewalks and dying from heat exhaustion and having to put limits on how much water they could use to do their own laundry or wash their dishes. Meanwhile, the studio's like, nah, we'll take the water. We're good with that. We'll give it back later.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you hear there's a lot of tropical waves coming off coast of Africa right now? The hurricane season is the end of August into September.
Is it? Cool. At the end of hurricane season, what is the weather transition like?
That means they're going from summer to fall next month. They'll be transitioning from summer to fall. That means the hot air will be weakening in the southern states in October.
Hot air will be weakening?
Hot weather will be weakening in October.
I would hope so. October better be nice and cold.
Not too cold though. I don't want. I was like that one year. Oh yeah, I think it was year 2003 when we were the 1 week we were 29 degrees, so that's kind of hot for October. And then the next week following, we had a big blizzard that lasted for 3 days, and the temperature went from 29 degrees to minus 30 wind chills in a week. That was a fun October.
That is an insane October.
And at least knee-deep high snow and drifts and stuff. Halloween was, interesting that year.
No kidding. Okay, Halloween, when you're having snow and heat, like heat wave, blizzard, snow, like just chasing each other around, you have the most indecisive, schizophrenic weather.
And before I was born, Sydney, Nova Scotia had a blizzard on October 31st, 1975. Then they had a heat wave, and I was only a little toddler. I was only a little kid on October 31st, 1989. It was a heat wave in Sydney, Nova Scotia on Halloween.
So when you're out on Halloween during like a blizzard versus heat wave, when you're having that kind of weather, what are the Halloween costumes like?
So
they'll be sweating on Halloween costumes. We'll be sweating at that winter Halloween costumes October 31st, 1989, Sydney, Nova Scotia. It was a massive blizzard. They had to cancel a Halloween. They had to postpone a Halloween that night, like cancel it to the next day on October 31st, 1975.
Interesting. So we didn't cancel Halloween. No.
Good.
So we decided to, because our other costumes were not very warm, that's because it was minus 30 wind chills. We decided to go as hockey players and have big winter coats on. And yeah,
Back in November,
it wasn't fun.
In November 2020, we had over 20 degrees Celsius in around Remembrance Day in 2020. In early November 2022, Sydney, Nova Scotia had summer-like temperatures in early November last year.
That's awesome. Like, I mean, on Halloween, I typically do like costume changes. anytime I go to an event where I'm going to be wearing a costume, I'll have like 2 or 3 or 20 or whatever costumes. And depending on the tone, I'll change into whatever, like I've got a sequence that I'll go through. And yeah, so whether it's 1,000 degrees of brimstone and lava on if the floor really is lava, or if it's like 9 feet of snow and Arctic landscape, it really doesn't affect my costume choices at all. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing costume changes. So if it's one where I'm going to be freezing my face off, I'm still going to do it. And it might just be for a shorter duration. Or if it's where I'm going to be roasting and sweating my kidneys out, then again, it's going to be for a short duration, but I'm still doing it. Those costumes are there. They're coming into play. Every single one of them will come into play.
Oh, that's awesome.
Every day is Halloween, man. You do what you can with the weather. You get used to it and roll with it. That's your territory.
Well, definitely even for radio, I'm like different costumes too, even though they can't see me, but we all still dress up. I still dress up for radio. It's kind of funny, actually.
You better.
Oh yeah. And then I change my voice every weather skit, and that's even better. So it's
okay. What do you mean change your voice? Like, do you just use bad accents, or do you use like an actual voice changer?
Oh no, I have different voices, you know. I've been playing a guy named Joe for a very long time on another radio station, playing contests, just saying, and losing.
Okay. Do you do you also kind of, are you undercover as Joe Stover?
No, not Joe Stover. I just a different Joe.
Are you sure?
A Joe who really likes to drink beer. He that's what he tells these radio stations, that he loves beer, and all his answers when he answers the question in the radio contest is beer. Just saying.
Are you sure you're not Joe Stover?
I found it out. It's really, really, really windy today in Resolute Bay.
I don't sound like.
Olivier told me that.
Say again, Frankie?
According to Olivier, it was really windy weather in Resolute Bay, Nunavut tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Olivier is up in Nunavut, and his weather is absolutely all over the map. He has the most insane weather, and it's phenomenal. I love when he shows us like icebergs in his front yard. It's really wild. Like, I'm surprised that he hasn't actually arm wrestled a polar bear or like shot put a penguin or whatever. Like, his weather is, he might actually live on a research station. I'm not convinced he doesn't. We're in an igloo. Like, some eating cliches are real. And we do have some people in igloos, and I think that Olivier is one of them. That's fantastic. Frankie, did you watch the Perseid meteor shower?
I seen some of it.
Some of it? What were you doing? Where were you? Were you with friends? Were you at Dooley's?
I was at, and I didn't see a meteor shower. Has somebody else seen it?
You didn't see it?
Oh.
Why not?
Did you go?
A lot of lights up in the sky.
Oh, yeah, too much light pollution.
Yellowish lights in city streets. They replaced them with the white lights now.
Oh, and that drowns out the meteors?
They used to have yellowish lights on the city street. They replaced them with white lights.
Oh, well, it's disappointing if it drowns out the meteors. See, I want to catch a meteor. I want to go to space. On my next space trip, I'm going to capture a meteor. This is what I want to do. I want to catch a meteor. I want to find a big one. I'm so into space surfing.
Hold on.
Meteor.
I got to find that story from a few weeks ago. Speaking of a meteor in France. So apparently a woman said, it was July 6th, and she said she was hit by a meteor in France while sitting on her deck. Now, I don't know how real it was. I don't know if she was drunk or anything like that, because you could have just had somebody toss a rock at you from over the fence and say, "Oh, ow, I got hit by a meteor." But apparently she claims that she got hit by a meteor
from up there.
From up there, sitting on her deck, having coffee or drinking wine. Probably drinking wine because
France is legendary for wine.
Oh, yes.
That's one of their major exports. They're legendary for wine. So maybe at a certain point in the bottle, a Martian slingshot a little meteor towards us and it landed, bounced off her face, landed in her glass. Or it was just like her roommate kind of flicked a pebble at her and said, "Oh, that guy."
Okay. Oh, yeah. It came from the sky. It was the meteor.
Yeah.
That's right.
Totally. It had to be.
Like, yeah, if you're good friends with this person, then definitely throw a rock at them and say, "Hey, it was a meteor." Yeah, that wasn't me. No.
Yeah. Blame it on aliens. That's what you do. When they're
That's right.
Yeah. When there is an astronomical event happening, you blame it on aliens. When something awful happens in the ocean, you blame it on sharks. And everyone just goes, "Oh yeah, totally. That's absolutely what happened," because obviously they're behind it. Aliens are behind all of our, astronomical catastrophes. Yeah, I can say that word. Sorry, stutter gets in the way sometimes. And dehydration. It's hot. Drink your water.
That's right.
Wait, I want water.
That's the key to staying safe in the heat. It's drinking all the water. Every glass of water you can.
There's like one has, so okay, this is like the lamest game of Russian roulette ever. One of my glasses of water has no flavoring in it. One of them has some honey in it. Two of them have lemon and two of them have lime. I've got 6 glasses of water here. There's a lot of
glasses of water.
Yeah. So as I'm like sort of like moving the glasses around and drinking from the different glasses, I'm like, every once in a while I find one, I'm like, that's the plain one. Because all the others are so delicious. They're just so juicy and tasty and hydrating and nourishing. And they're just so delicious. But one, compared to the rest, is not delicious.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's like a surprise when I find that one, and it's like a surprise.
It's like stale water.
I mean, normally I drink my water plain, but today I'm like, no, I really need to catch up on hydration. It was a long day. I was moving heavy stuff all day, like moving furniture all day kind of thing. And so I'm like, okay, I got to catch up. How do you catch up? You flavor it. All of a sudden you just like down like a liter of water and there you go. You're all refreshed and moistened and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that one unflavored one is just not, that's the one that, no bueno. No bueno. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Events coming up in the next week. What do you guys have on your to-do list? What events are you going to go out and see? What adventures are you planning? What are you up to?
What are we? I'll let Frankie go first.
On August 30th, 2023, I'll be on Kins and Clump podcast at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Length Time. Jamie Clump is the co-host of the Kins and Clump podcast. I'll be back on this podcast again about the fall weather on August 30th, 2023.
Awesome. And Bass Guy, you haven't mentioned Bass Guy in an hour.
I got an interview with Bass Guy show tomorrow night on Friday, August 18th at 2033 at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Atlantic.
Fantastic. Brandon, adventures. You're an adventurous sort.
Adventures. All right. Adventures out there. All right. Here we go. So today, I guess, today was actually 17th of August. So Burgers to Beat MS Day today. So every teen burger at I don't know if this is going to go on the show there, but we did burgers for MS Day today. And then we kicked off today the 55 plus Alberta Summer Games underway in Brooks here. So we had the opening ceremonies tonight, and it's going to go right into next week. So there's going to be like biking, tennis, all these types of activities.
What about the inclement weather in Brooks, Alberta?
Oh yeah. And then the wild weather in Brooks, Alberta this weekend, we're going to have a cold front go through and everybody's going to be biking and they're going to have to deal with winds gusts of 60 kilometers an hour. So that's going to be fun to watch, as you know. And then there's going to be people out playing tennis and all these kind of games all around as well. So it's going to be a fun weekend. And
Leaves
yeah.
I found it. Leaves have changed colors up in Inuvik North territories already. Inuvik in those places in Fort McPherson and Dawson, leaves have changed colors to red, orange, yellow, green, and brown.
Oh, yes. Leaves will be changing colors here in the next couple of weeks because usually they start changing colors in a couple of trees, like in August. Like there's just the odd couple of leaves and then.
Fall already started up in Inuvik Northwest territories already.
Oh, yes. And then another thing I got invited for today is the police and the RCMP and the firefighters are doing a slow pitch tournament. I got invited to that next week. So
How slow qualifies as slow pitch?
not fastball, but slow pitch.
And if you're here with that, I found it on Twitter is now X.
Not X. So that means I haven't changed my Twitter, updated my Twitter yet. So on my phone it still says Twitter, even though it's changed to X.
Yeah, it's the update. I recently signed into it. I heard about the rebranding a while ago. And the little icon on my phone is now like the little X logo.
Yeah. Mine hasn't changed yet. No.
Ha ha! You know what? Turn it back on and it will.
Oh yeah, I will.
Did you
Recycled.
hear about this up in Yakutsk Republic, Osaka, Russia? Leaves has changed colors already up there.
Oh boy.
Wow. Russia's cold. They're like ahead of the game on that. Good for them.
I'm not ready for pumpkin spice season just yet.
I loathe pumpkin spice. I do not find it delicious. It is an awful thing. And about 1.5 million years ago, I worked for a coffee chain I will not name because they're legendarily litigious. And it's just in poor form to trash a business. So, but I did work.
I got a feeling it's going to be really bad winter all across California and southern USA.
Define bad. Like our snow dudes.
So much storms and rain in southern California.
Atmospheric rivers, yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So if any snow dudes come to life and go on a murderous rampage, the floods will just wash them away. That's a win-win, man. That's actually a problem solves itself.
That means Death Valley's going to get an odd weather on Sunday. It's going to bring so much rain in Death Valley, California.
That'll just wash away all the corpses. Cool. The desert will be jerky free. But yeah, so pumpkin spice. So at one point in one of the worst jobs I ever had, I was a barista, and I pumpkin spice was just newly introduced. And it was this new thing that people were trying for the first time and going absolutely crazy for. And the public response to it was so much. It was just so crazy. People were literally like, the flavoring was not yet available for consumer purchase. It was just being introduced as a flavor. The response was so overwhelming that they started selling the syrups. Like a lot of places started manufacturing, selling the syrups. But people would legitimately ask to buy little cups of just the syrup. They would ask like, okay, can I buy a latte with like the pumpkin spice, but can I buy like, an extra little bit? Like, can I pay for like a small latte, but just give me the syrup in like the child-sized cups? And it was just so insane how it happened. Like the response was just unexpected. And then there's this whole marketing thing behind it where like all of a sudden the company's like, wow, this is a big hit. And they started really pushing it. And we were all like ordered and instructed and tormented to be like the biggest cheerleaders for pumpkin spice ever. And being new, I mean, being a new flavor, I tried it. I'm like, it's all right. It's not good or bad. It's just a different flavor. It's not something I really drink. But they're like, you're not cheerful enough. You have to really show your love of the product. I'm like, I don't love it. I'm not going to lie to people to sell a product I don't care about. I will talk about it. I will offer it to them, but I will not preach my love of the pumpkin spice. I will not do it. Yeah. I actually got written up for that. I got written up for refusing to lie about how wonderful pumpkin spice is. Now, the funny thing is that when we actually had a sales competition, I was the most like apathetic salesperson ever. I did not get into the whole aggressive sales thing, but I would just engage with people. And when they actually tallied up the numbers and looked at my stats, I was outperforming everyone. And I was really crushing it with the pumpkin spice. But the funny thing is, I would always frame it by saying, I'm not a big fan, but a lot of people are really going crazy over it. And they're like, oh, okay. And so because I started by saying I'm not a fan, they're like, oh, you're not a salesman. Sure, I'll try it. And
Wow.
I know, it was great. I'm like, wow, I don't want to be selling this product. I'm not trying to kneecap it, but oh, this hurts my soul. So yeah, the day I hung up that apron, I was so happy. I was very, very happy to be walking out of there. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to try things too sometimes in radio, but
I bet.
I kind of pretend I like it, but that I don't have to look at it ever again. So that's
well, it's a one-time thing. It's a whole bag of cheese. So when you know your employer says like, this is a lifestyle. My boss actually looked me in the face and said, pumpkin spice is a lifestyle product.
Oh yeah.
If you base your life on a flavor, I cannot relate to you. I can appreciate that you enjoy it and you love it and it means a lot to you, but I cannot relate to basing my life on a flavor. I enjoy the flavor of steak, but I don't see it as a lifestyle. Yeah, that doesn't mean I wouldn't take the opportunity to steak slap someone if the situation required it.
Steaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, steaks would hurt a lot more than a tortilla. Where it's slapping everybody slapping each other on those challenges. Yeah.
Good tortilla spanking, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Tortilla slap, whatever. Wherever you're getting pelted with a tortilla, there's some comedy to it. Like to catch a tortilla upside the head, it's a little different than by getting wanged by a steak.
Yeah, especially a T-bone, that would hurt.
oh man. Yeah.
Boss says, what happened? Oh, I got T-boned by a steak.
Right? I got T-boned by a beef. You know, to be fair, I've worked in a lot of kitchens and the food fights there are epic. There's a lot of hilarious stuff that happens in a kitchen, and yeah, occasionally.
And another couple of weeks away, there's going to be a big travel weather. It's going to be a big holiday down in Canada and the United States on September 4th.
What happens then?
Labor Day in both Canada and the United States.
Labor Day.
Oh, awesome.
That last long weekend of summer. Wow.
Meteorological summer ends on August 31st.
Yeah.
Meteorological summer?
Yeah.
Meteorological summer ends on August 31st.
Gasp. How do you celebrate the end of summer?
Cry.
Frankie, how do you celebrate the end of summer?
Yes. Then it'll be the last couple of days of summer. Then it'll be and the last day of astronomical summer is the full day of September 22nd, a half a day of September 23rd.
That's awesome. And super fun. I'm gonna have to
And last day is and the solar summer ends on August 7th.
Sweet. Also fun. I'm gonna have to celebrate the end of summer by kayaking through the ocean or swimming naked in the ocean or something. It's gonna be something.
I found it out. The last day of meteorological summer is 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today.
In your area, August 31st in Victoria, British Columbia.
But not in your area?
My area is Friday and your area is still Thursday.
Oh, okay. I mean, I hope we have acceptable weather and it's not too cold by then. I mean, coming up in the next week, we're going to have highs of like mid to high 20s. So on the high end, we'll be seeing temperatures of 27, 28 in Victoria, lows of 13, 14-ish or 16, depending on kind of the heat pockets that we get here. So in the coming week, that's what we're getting. But by the end of summer, I mean, we might still just be a little roasty. Everyone's going to feel like they're on the grill. I mean, that's kind of fun, but still coming up in the next week or so, there's going to be some cool stuff happening around here. Coming up in Goldstream Village, we're going to have yet another car show. This is the thing I love about August in Victoria, is that classic cars just descend and we have swarms of these beautiful pieces of artistic machinery just rolling around. So,
And did you hear about this? And the last long weekend in the summer is Labor Day and astronomical summer, both Canada and the United States of America. In Canada, the first long weekend in the fall is September 30th, holiday weekend.
yeah. And it's awesome. Any long weekend is awesome. It's just an excuse to go do stuff that you don't normally do. And we have a long weekend every month. So coming up at the end of summer is when we have Labor Day weekend, and it is delightful. So all sorts of cool stuff happening. There's all sorts of live music going on, and Victoria is great for that. Despite being a retirement city, we do have a lot of live music that happens. There's just like a heavy metal show, just open air out in the middle of Centennial Square right downtown like yesterday. It was fantastic to see. This weekend there's going to be AC/DC cover band is playing at Herman's, and that's going to be super cool. Because I mean, like, who doesn't get a kick out of some AC/DC, even if it's played badly? Fortunately, these guys are actually pretty good, so you know that's fun. But so that's coming up, and then followed by another classic car show.
Woo!
No, like just seeing them all in one spot. Oh, it's so beautiful.
And did you hear about this? Then you got the Olympics in wintertime coming up in 2026 in Italy.
Ooh, Summer or Winter Olympics?
Winter Olympics.
Winter Olympics. I think summer is next year in Paris, France. Yes.
Yes.
Gasp. I mean, gaspay.
Maybe some meteors will fall from the sky that day. Who knows?
That means we're almost getting to the close now.
Almost getting to the what?
Getting to the end of the show.
Oh, yes.
Right. We do need to do our wrap up. So,
If you want to follow my social media, my ex, formerly known as Twitter, is at Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD984. My TikTok is FrankDonald984. My Clapper is FrankDonald984. My Twitch is FrankDonald984. My Snapchat is Frankie MACDON. My YouTube channel stocks as well as in my LinkedIn's Frankie Down. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie Down. You're listening to Comediorological Weather Report every Thursday nights. 7 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Atlantic.
Yes, sir. We also broadcast on Shaw Spotlight in the Greater Victoria area, as well as Cowichan Valley. Brandon, where can people find you?
Oh, yes. You can find me on the Twitter or the X at Hocus the Pocus, or you can go on to the Instagram and follow me at the Doppler Boy. Or how about, the Face Bag? You just find me with my regular name, and that will be where you'll find me. And there you go. Or you can listen to me on the radio wherever you are.
Wherever you have a mediocre signal in around Alberta, Brooks, Alberta. I have no idea.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I have no idea what radio stations we actually broadcast this on. Joey's the one who sets it up, and any show he's not on, we're not broadcasting on those stations. So it is what it is. Joey's off fighting forest fires at the moment. He, in theory, will be back next week. We're going to find out. He's been sending out some wild videos. I'm holding off on putting them into this episode because I think it's better if Joey can frame it and tell us what's actually happening and give some insight and kind of break it down, because he is a wizard in that way. So that's why we don't have Joey this week, is he is off fighting forest fires.
Yep.
Or causing them.
Kamloops tonight, I think I saw. Yeah.
Yeah,
and Trevor Garner's getting the Tropical Storm Hillary on Sunday.
Fantastic. Trevor's going to be fighting Hillary. I feel like Hillary's going to be fighting a lot of people. That's just par for the course.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I can be found at www.imogen.in. That's IMOGEN.in. You've been watching the Comediorological Report on Shaw Spotlight. Thank you all for tuning in. All three of you. Awesome. Are we out?
Excellent.
All right. We're still live, but that's not going to be on TV. Roll call. credits.
Roll the credits. Yeah.
Hi, little Rufus. You know what? I keep wanting to call this guy Hammy. Okay. So the other one is named Frankie because dude said that he reminds him of a Frankfurter. Okay, super cool. All right, so the other one's named Frankie, which makes me want to call this one Hammy because I keep thinking it's a ham dog, like hamburger dog. But the guy who actually owns the other one, my nickname for him is Hammy. So so inexplicably, I keep wanting to call Rufus Hammy, but I'm trying to maintain that this guy's name is Rufus with his weird little banana tail.
Yeah.
I'm just so in love with this little dog.
That is awesome.
I know. I was so happy to find that. I'm like, and okay, so I'm sure that y'all saw the duck nanas that there were pictures of online.
Yep.
Now, did you ever see those like at the store in person?
I didn't go near Winners or wherever they were, so I didn't see them in the store. They were in my stores, that's for sure.
No, I saw them at
Well, they
London.
may have been, but I wasn't paying attention.
So see me on Base Guys show on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Atlantic, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Hell yeah. You're gonna pop in for trivia night, right? Friday night.
And if you want to broadcast down the stateside too.
Good. So the duck nanas. Now I saw the pictures of them online. I'm like, okay, that's kind of the concept is pretty funny. It's kind of cool. It's kind of funny. Then I saw them at London Drugs, and what a piece of shit. Like it looks so, and especially for the price. Like it's the kind of thing that if I saw for $10 at a thrift shop, I might pick it up. But the execution was just so poor. It seemed unfinished, cheaply made, overpriced. Like I expect that in the next year or two, they'll be washing up in thrift shops, or they'll just be getting thrown out because they seem really easily damaged. Like it was just, the execution was such dog shit. The concept was cool, but they were so poorly done that I'm like, dude, no, no, I can't do it. They're just, yeah. And it's the kind of thing that if I did see it at the thrift shop, I'd bring it home and want to rework it a bit, like build on it, develop it a little bit more, add to it, carve it up a little, just play with it and revamp it. But for what the price tag was on them, I'm like, not worth it.
That means that that's the end of the show.
Yes, sir. We've already signed off. Now we're just fucking around. We're still live streaming. We're just fucking around at this point.
Yeah.
Brandon, it's okay to pick up your sauce. I got mine.
I don't have one of those. So that's a cell
Oh, you
phone.
got your own thing. You got your wine.
Oh, I finished that long time ago.
Ah,
I
awesome.
switched to water, so I'm not hungover for the show tomorrow. You know, doing
Good.
a radio show in the morning is not fun when you're hungover.
No, right? Fuck. Yeah. Ooh, crap. Okay, so like
I've done it a couple times.
I bet you radio guys,
That's radio guys.
DOE
Yeah.
and Weirdy. Awesome. Yeah, I should probably actually get going because I got to jump on. I'm doing another live stream in like 45 minutes. So
Oh yeah.
I got to return a whole lot of emails and do some actual work related shit and then bounce into another stream and drink a lot more water.
Awesome. Here's the train. Wow, that's loud.
Nice. Did it hit a gopher? Is it
Probably.
gophers? How many gophers would that train have in its cow catcher by the end of its trip?
Oh, I'd bet 100 at least. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. So those things go really fast too. It's like, whew, when a train passes it.
They're faster than most gophers.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, go take care of some stuff, and then go do the other pointless crap I do.
All right. I guess I'm going to bed.
Dude, you're only an hour
Right.
ahead. Oh yeah, you gotta be functional at like 5 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Good God.
I'm
Well,
gonna be talking on the microphone at 5 a.m. That's what I'm doing. Yes.
awesome. Now, to be fair, I gotta be functional at like 6:30, but yeah, it's only 8 something here.
Oh yeah. 8:18.
Yeah. All
I
right.
should turn this light off. See what looks. There we go. Now I look creepy.
The call was coming from inside the house.
I know. Creepy.
All right. I will talk to you later. Have a good night.
All right, you too.